Hey everybody, it's me, Tina. In this video, I want to tell you about a fascinating dream that I had today. I had several dreams today. I have a lot of these loopy dreams. I'm not even sure if it's talking about my life or about people's life in general or just a particular somebody out there. Okay, it started out in this home business salon. It was a home business. They did it from, looks like it could be from their home, but it was not reported. Okay, so what happened was, in the dream, there was two groups in this business: the Hispanic groups and the Asian group. They both did nails. They were interconnected. When I came in, there was a fight between these two groups. Group, we'll say Group B being Hispanic, Group A being Asian. Okay. The Group A kind of owned Group B. They were like a business together. Group B, which had a little 1/3 of the portion of the upfront business. And somehow they got into it. I think Group A had reported Group B, and Group B was mad. Group B was removed by the police. Okay, I don't know if this talking about ISIS, but Group B got removed. We'll call them police, whoever this authority was, because Group B, I'm guessing the only way they can get removed is working illegally. Okay, being here illegally, working illegally. Okay, and they do the same type of job. So I'm guessing Group A, I don't know if they represent Asian or American dash Asian, the ones, that are safe here, got paperwork here in America. Let's put it that way. So Group B could represent Asia, America, all this, the nationality. Okay. But I realized that when Group A reported Group B, it I wouldn't say it got jealous, but it got mad because Group B was taking up the space, taking more of the job, taking up its job of Group A, right? So in its eye, it hated it, so it wanted it gone. Okay, and it had a reason for it to remove. But here's the thing: it Group A was hurt. When they hurt Group B, they hurt themselves, because this was an interconnected business, right? Because Group A had sold Group B nail supplies, hypothetically, like they were working as a partner. So when Group A reported Group B, because I'm guessing, it was between, or it was outside source reporting both of these groups. I don't know. Okay. All I know, I was the Group C. I was just walking by and observing what's going on. Okay. So both of them, okay, both group was evicted from the property. Okay. And they had a lot of stuff. Okay, a bunch of nail supplies, a bunch of stash of cash, and I was traveling one place to one place, and I was caught in this mess. Okay, and then I went in there. I was like, dang, they still got a stash of food left. They cannot enter back into their property, but Group B, had relocated, but they still also cannot go back, right? So they need somebody help to bring their stuff to their new location. So Group B was eliminated altogether, cannot set up business at another location. Group A can. Both of them were evicted from that place, and they cannot go back in there. And Group C, have nothing to do with this, and is helping Group A, bringing this as whatever they can, and Group C is only limited in space to bring this over there. Okay. And Group C, which is myself, I was like, dang, that's a lot. Like, I had to understand that if I didn't bring, I was Group C, right? If I didn't bring as much as like Group A, I don't know how it got me ordering me to bring all its stuff over there in the first place. And I was gathering its stuff as if it was hiring me or demanding for me. I don't know, but and I was supposed to bring as much as I can, but I was limited space in my car to bring all, and they got a lot of stuff. So I was bringing. I don't see how they were even evicted from being in their place, is what I'm saying. Like, they don't have that power to just so that they can break up the fight. Okay, so if Group B can't be there, Group A can't be there either, because they're associate business together. Something, it was then ultimately debunks them from that place. So I'm guessing Group A got American citizen, got paperwork, so they reestablished the correct way, but can't be at that location for some reason. So I was Group B. I was hauling like, dang, a lot of nail supplies, which represent to me sin, because this is one of the job I believe God doesn't want to allow me to do. And I was thinking to myself, why am I helping Group A? Like, I get nothing out of this. I'm just putting my burden on myself. Okay. So when I woke up in my dream, I was like, oh, there's a lot of stuff. I can just take this for myself. Okay, being Group C, this is what I've thought of. I am going to take all this stuff, and they can't do nothing about it. Okay. The second thought came in my head. No, that's kind of stealing. Let's not do that one. Okay. Let's come in agreement with, because Group B, all the supply that all the supply of Group B, the A overtook. Okay, but they can't overtake it because Group C has the most power. But at this point, Group C has the most power. They have nothing to do with this, and then I'm thinking, well, if Group A takes what is from Group B, then they're gonna reap what they sow. I'm gonna take all the things from Group A, right? And so they get what they sow. Like, if they don't allow people to live, they're not gonna live either. If they take from the Group B, then their Group A is gonna be getting taken advantage too. So that was the second thing that was going. I'm guessing this puzzle piece, this dream is really for presidency, about this whole thing that they're doing, right? And so, and I'm the God's giving me what would I do in this situation, right? And given that I have the godly head, right, under God's statue, and then I had this like 3 option that I could do. Like, I had all the powers, right? They couldn't do nothing to me because So 3 things went in my head. First, take everything that they own, their hard-working money, and I can't do that. That's straight up robbing, okay? Second thing is, I can bring some of that stuff to her. Okay, the very first thing was bring some of the stuff to Group A and get nothing, benefit nothing. And I would not do that. And I was in the middle of doing that, and I stopped, and I was like, why would I do this? This doesn't benefit me at all. And I can only bring a portion of that stuff to her, and all the rest would go in the trash, right? Whoever was there to take it, so to speak. or it would rot and vanish. Okay, like if I didn't do anything about it, it would rot and vanish. Okay, so and then so me doing it for free was not an option, right? And so stealing it was not another option. Okay, so there was option C was, okay, there's a lot of stuff here. Since I'm not evicted from the property, and I think the third option sounds a little bit better, but it benefits both people. Okay, and this is what God had me understand. You either benefit both people or you don't benefit at all. Okay, and nobody will do it for free because they have to live too. Their time is money too. Okay, so what happened was I was like, okay, I'm not evicted from the property. They still have a lot of food. If I don't eat this food, live on their resource, then it would eventually go to trash anyways, or somebody else would take it anyways, and it will be at a loss. Okay? So what I understood is I can live there for free, eat their food for free, but then be able to help them, the middleman, to transport the things to Group A. Okay? And as far as Group B, they absolutely don't have paperwork and the right to it, but it is their things. So, but Group, so that was the dream, And to be the most fair, I can't do the very first two options. The third option is I would live off. We would come to agreement. I would still talk to them, come with an agreement by, hey, I'm not gonna do this for free. Obviously, the deal here is, I know you cannot come back on property to get anything unless I get it out for you. I'm going to take about half, okay, and the rest of the half will go back to you, okay. While that doesn't sound, in my eye, it sounds fair. Whatever I said, Group C, that's how it go. If it's more than half, then I'd be too greedy. If it's less than half, it's not worth my time. See what I mean? So what happened is, that was how I thought of it, going the fair way. The group A was probably not happy about it, but they got no choice. Okay, they got no choice. Whatever she could bring to me, which is Group C, that is all I'm going to have. I have no voice, right? So Group A had to listen to Group C because they are the only one that could help Group A and Group B to redeem what they have left. As if I was only associating with Group A, Group B was like unquestionable. Like they were even out of the picture. They didn't even have a voice at all. Okay, Group A kind of had a voice. Group B had no voice at all. And this represents the Hispanics, okay? Or at least the dream, okay? So it shows that you reap what you sow. So if the situation, I know it doesn't start unless somebody rouse it up, unless somebody rat on them. No one would just, they're a family, a business. Like they associate together. If their quarrel between them, both of them, obviously Group B would get more hurt than Group A. Something like that. So now that the Group B is removed, it would be all them selling, and they will have more chances of selling their products, which is their business, than two people working, or more people, two groups working at one business. If it's one group, then they benefit more, they reap more of the stuff. But what they don't realize is more people working bring more customer. Okay? You know, they're bringing in Hispanic group and Asian group and all. But if they're removing that, yes, they will have more business, but then in a way they're having less business. You will reap what you sow. So when Trump is doing all this, he's reaping what he's sowing. There is, yes, well, there's be more business for the legals, but remember that the illegal is bringing in business, and they're part of the business. Assumption, consumption, everything that United States or, the government do, they have to understand more people bring more problem, also bring more profits. Okay? It's just, this is how the world goes. More people, it's like a marriage. You get their pro and their cons. You can't either eliminate all of them or you don't eliminate them at all, because I can see that they're trying to get the bad ones out. Okay, we'll call them the bad ones out. And I saw a video where Trump is not allowing certain people of race to even come into America to be a residency. Where that video is solid, true or not, I don't know. Any president would want good citizens, okay? And they want America to be great with people that works hard, good at this or whatever, right? So that was my dream, y'all. I feel like this is associated with, politics and maybe something with my daily walk too. I don't know. But that was my dream. Thanks for watching.